Hi, everyone, and welcome to Entrusted. I'm Susan Yurkowitz with Harbor Lily Creative. It is a blessing to be here with you, and I do literally mean a blessing to be here with you. I just wanted to jump online and let you know where I've been. I know that it's been a while since I've recorded last, and the truth of the matter is I had a heart attack back in September, late September, so it's been close to 5 months now. And I am happy to say that I had my doctor appointment with my Cleveland Clinic physician, cardiologist, and he cleared me of all that we were afraid of. So it turns out that it was stress induced, and that there was a condition also called stress induced cardiomyopathy. Apparently, the stress caused the heart attack caused the cardiomyopathy. And now I'm happy to say that there is no scarring on my heart wall and that my cardiomyopathy has been resolved. So my ejection fraction rate, the way my heart was pumping, had dropped down to a 35. Normal is 55 to I think 68 for all of you health professionals. Forgive me if I get that just a little bit off, but it's now my heart is pumping up at 58 now, and I'm so happy to be able to say that. I can honestly say this does feel a bit like a testimony because I do believe that this has been miraculous. My father was a year younger than I currently am when he was diagnosed with cardiomyopathy, and then he passed at the age of 60. I'm 54. So we were thinking that there would be some underlying cause, but according to my doctors, no. And so here I am. And I just thought I wanted to just touch base with you, let you know kind of where I went during that time emotionally, spiritually. I just talked about it a little bit physically. Physically, I had to stop everything, and that's why I haven't been recording. I was asked to just take it incredibly easy. And it was a really kind of cool thing. I ran into my parish priest, Father Steve Shriver, who let me know, it was probably within a couple weeks after this happened, about a book that had been recommended to him. And so he was telling me about a book called, I have it here, The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. It's by John Mark Comer, and the foreword is by John Ortberg. If you wanted to look it up yourself, this has been eye-opening for me. Just because everything was coming from a place of stress, and definitely I'm sensitive to that. I've had other issues from that in the past. Stress, what? Me? 7 kids, very full life. And yet here I am ready to talk to you again. One, because I'd like to encourage you to take that seriously, to understand that we are, as a society, moving at a breakneck speed. And maybe you could learn from me that it doesn't need to be that way. Where I am in the book, and I haven't read the whole thing, maybe I'll jump back on it once I finished it and kind of chat about it with you. But it's talking about taking on the lifestyle of Jesus. So not just following him, which I do, as the way, the truth, and the life, but also what is his lifestyle? What was his lifestyle like? He was not in a hurry. He was not brushing people off like, I'm sorry, I've got to get to the other side of the Jordan, but rather taking the time, listening to them, hearing what they had to say, and offering from his incredible wisdom. I mean, that is such an understatement. I really don't have words, but from his love, from his heart, from the truth. And so that's important to remember, that that's why we're here, is to follow him, to get to know him better, and to be able to share with others from what we've learned to help others enter into his presence. So that's one of the books that I'd like to recommend. The very first book that I actually got into, just very light reading, was Anne of Green Gables it's L.M. Montgomery, but it's actually Lucy Maud Montgomery, if you haven't read that series. I'm in the middle of that series as well. I actually happen to always seem to have like about 5 books going on at the same time. I don't know. I start reading one, then I pick up another, and that's just the way that it is. I had another book that was gifted to me during that time of recovery from my good friend Annette Ahrens. Make sure to check out the podcast that we did. She's my friend who photographs snowflakes, and she gave me this book called Let Beauty Speak by Jimmy Mitchell. It is a beautiful book. And again, when I finish reading when I finish reading it, I'd love to have a conversation with you about it. Other than that, I have always been, my mom used to always have a copy of God Calling around. And so that was something to me. It's kind of what I think it has inspired some of the other podcasts I do called Conversations with God, because I was exposed at a very young age to having these conversations with God. And in this devotional, it really is, if you've heard of Jesus Calling, I always tended to wonder if it wasn't inspired a little bit by this called God Calling, which is, I don't even know when it was published, but it was edited by A.J. Russell, if you would like to look it up. And it's just incredible that every day of the year, the devotional, doesn't matter what day it is or what season, it just always seems to apply. But that's, and it comes from a conversation that two, I believe they're female authors, were having with God during this period in their lives, and what he had to say to them. And so they obediently shared it in the form of this book with others. And God is outside of time. So of course he has the ability to reach us no matter where we're at in our life. And one of the things that I've heard recently that has been causing me to really think about getting back to doing these podcasts and these recordings is the fact that everything that God gives you as a truth from himself can be used by the rest of the world. So it is so important when you receive the gift of that conversation with God and those truths that he's imparted to you, that you share them. And it might just be somebody that you happen to be talking to that day, and it'll strike you in your heart, in your mind, like, hey, remember I just told you this, would be the voice of God. And then he's encouraging you to share that with someone else. So I'd just like to encourage you to do that as well. So those are some of the things that have been kind of occupying my mind while I've been resting and taking it easy. And now I'm back here with you, and I'm excited. I've got a couple really good interview guests coming up. I can't wait to share about them with you. I'll keep you posted on here if you are interested in. I have a second grade teacher coming up. I have a male public speaker coming up who uses the story, some of the tragedies of his life, to encourage others in the decisions that they make. That's coming up. I have a friend from Bolivia that will be speaking to us about his confirmation students and what he's been doing by using his gifts and sharing them with the youth of his culture. And I'm just excited to bring that to you so you can be as inspired as I have been in meeting these people. So I'd like to close here by reading to you from God Calling. And I have to say that this is pretty fascinating because I actually paused this video, went and got the book, read it very quickly, and then was blown away because of everything I just talked to you about as far as the breakneck speed and what's happened to me in my health. And this is, again, the way that God works. So this is from February 16th, which is today, and it's called Never Ruffled. So this would be the voice of God speaking. Even were I never to speak to you, you would be well rewarded for setting apart this time. If you only sat still and longed for me, if you just drew hungering breaths for me, as you do for the fresh, pure air of the open. Be still, be calm, wait before me, learn of me, patience, humility, peace. When will you be absolutely unruffled, whatever happens? You are slow to learn your lesson. In the rush and work and worry, the very seeking a silence must help. In bustle, so little is accomplished. You must learn to take the calm with you in the most hurried days. So this is what I mean. And this is why I want to share these things with you. In my heart of hearts, I've given a lot of thought to how do I want to move forward in this podcast? How can I maybe bring a little bit more of what I believe that God is calling me for to do, to give to you? How can I integrate that with some of the messages that we've been able to hear from so many incredible people? And so I don't know. I think we're going to watch and see how this happens. I'm really committed to being obedient to what he's asking me to do. So hang tight with me. We'll see how this goes moving forward. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so glad you've taken the time to join us. I do hope that you take it easy today, that you find that quiet time to listen to his voice, and then remember to share that with others. Remember to share your talents that you've been given, that you've been entrusted with others. Let me know, if you would, in the comments below, if you would like to have a time where we do go through a book like this, Let Beauty Speak. Jimmy, one of the things that he had written was, when was the last time you stood in awe and wonder? And I just think that would be a great conversation. So anyway, thanks again. It's a privilege and a joy to be back with you. Do keep me in your prayers, if you would, please, as I pray for you. Have a wonderful day.